So you guys did an awesome job with this, to be honest. You troubleshot, you messed up a lot, which is good. You want to see what the problems are going to be. And I saw a lot of you going back to the diagram at the beginning to check for the height and width of each of these elements. So I'll be honest with you, the way I would do this is I'm looking at a bottom row right here. I would just start laying in each of the divs and then float them all to the left so they all just stack to the left and make my life easy. So the first thing I'm going to do is after this whole thing right here, after divider 3, I'm going to create a div with an ID equal to bottom box. I'm going to give it a class, which we'll give it in a second. But for now, I'm just going to make the bottom box exactly the height and width I want it to be. So that height and width is exactly the same as these guys, but I only have 100 pixels of height at the bottom. So this is going to be a box. It's going to be 100 by 100. So I'm going to create an ID for bottom box and give it a width of 100 pixels and a height of 100 pixels. So now I see it right there. But what color is it supposed to be? Blue. So let's also give it a class of blue. So back in my index at HTML, I'm going to give it a class of blue. And bam, there it is. Ta-da! But we're missing our little divider to the right of it. So I'm going to come in there right after this. I'm going to type in div ID equals divider 4. And I'm going to give it a class equals black so we can see it. And we're going to want to make it exactly the same width as this divider here, which is how much? Yes, 10 pixels. That's right. So right there, I'm going to make divider 4 width of 10 pixels. How tall is it going to have to be? The same as the bottom box, a height of 100 pixels. But notice something's wrong here. Look at this. See how it stacks up over there? Why? Why is it not bumping up right next to this guy? What do we need to do to it? We need to float it. Float it what? Left. So we're going to give it a class of left, but we don't have a class of left to say float left. So back in your style.css, create a class right above the right class called left that's going to float everything to the left. Ta-da! Now each of these elements flows up the river and then floats to the left until they bump into something. So my blue box floats all the way to the left. My black divider floats to the left of that. And now I have the rest of this to make my last two sections. This big section right here, which if you want to look at the dimensions, go up to the top, right, and after step 3, this is going to be 260 pixels wide, and then you have another divider 10 pixels wide, and then two more that are a little column that's 20 pixels wide with a divider in the middle. So I'm going to leave the rest of this for you guys as homework, but that's how I would start doing this, and I know that that's the problems that a lot of you are facing as I walked around for these groups. But honestly, great job. Finish this up, and whenever you're done, go to the very bottom. There's some bonus round stuff. If you're getting ahead of yourself, try it with percentages, because that's what we're actually going to use in the next section to style our page. We're going to take that page we made last class and turn it into something that looks like this. Let's see, where's my... Boom, there we go. We're going to take that silly little animal page and we're going to make it look much, much nicer with some nice styling, layouts, some pictures, some cards. We're going to use border radius and some Google material design concepts to make it look much, much better. So, great work today, guys. We'll get to this next class. Let me know if you need anything from me. I'll walk around and help you out for the last couple minutes.